was from a woman asking if she could have a picture of my feet. I was as broad-minded as the next guy, probably even more so. I owned a part share of a fucking sex club, for God's sake, and a very exclusive one at that. I had no problem with whatever the fuck people wanted to do as long as it was consensual, but requests for pics of my feet so she could do God knew what was a hard pass. Okay, so you're all booked in. Everything you need is set up. We have one minor change. Horse couldn't make it today, so we have another model in with you. Let me tell you, you won't be disappointed in the least. I'd only been half listening until Candy told us that Horse was unavailable. I'm sorry, did you say horse? Candy smiled, showing his bright white teeth. Yes, he's very popular in the life drawing class because he has very impressive equipment. I closed my eyes. Fuck me. Are you telling me you signed me up to draw some guy's junk, Aud? I took her elbow and led her away in the direction Candy indicated, and she shrugged me off. Oh, calm down. It's the human body, and you've seen more than your fair share of naked people. Plus, it's art. It was some guy called Horse, by the way, and his junk. You seem pretty hung up on the size of his Johnson Reich. Feeling a little intimidated? I snorted as I shed my hooded leather jacket and dropped it on the floor beside an easel and paints. 5 were set up, and the other 3 people were already gowned up and waiting. A stage was set up with a chaise lounge, draped in red velvet, with floral scarves scattered around the floor. It looked like that scene from Titanic where the woman, I forget her name, asked him to paint her like one of his French girls. I couldn't help the huff of derision or the roll of my eyes at the setup. I picked the easel closest to the door so I could escape if I got the chance, and turned to Audrey. I'll have you know that my dick is very impressive, thank you very much. I felt the door swish behind me, and then a low voice mutter, Someone sounds like he's protesting a bit too much. Affronted, I spun to defend my manhood, and saw the back of a woman in a silk robe walk toward the chaise. Without turning, she let the robe drop, and I felt all the air leave my chest. My tongue felt like it was too big in my mouth. Her naked back was toned, her shoulders straight and confident. I let my eyes take in her long, wavy blonde hair as it draped down her back and came to a stop at the sexiest, heart-shaped ass I'd ever seen, with 2 dimples at the base of her spine. Dimples were my weakness. I don't know what it was about them, but I found them a real fucking turn-on. I watched, entranced, as she gracefully settled herself on the chaise on her side, facing away from us, her head propped in her hand, and I'd have given away half my fortune for her to turn around and show me what I knew would be spectacular tits. Her skin was creamy and flawless, with not a blemish to be seen, except for the huge flower tattoo that covered her right thigh and ended a couple inches above her knee. She couldn't be more than 5'3" and, I guessed, mid-20s, and she was a fucking knockout. My dick was like an eager puppy as I looked at her, and I had to discreetly adjust my jeans as I stared at the beauty who'd just insulted my manhood. Close your mouth, Midas. You're drooling. I snapped out of whatever pussy-drunk spell this woman had put on me and glared at Audrey. My friends called me Midas as a joke because I had a talent for computers that meant I'd struck gold with my social media platform. Now I had more money than I could spend in 10 lifetimes. If anyone saw my apartment, they'd never believe it, though, because I lived pretty frugally. Yes, I liked nice things, but I kept those at my office, where I spent much of my time. I looked at my canvas as I tried to mix the paints so they resembled something that looked like the color of her skin, but I'm not sure even the best artist in the world would be able to capture that exact shade. I angled my brush as I attempted to get the curve of her body just right, and frowned before looking up at her again. She was perfectly still, and if I hadn't seen her walk in, I'd wonder if a creature like her was even real. You have a little drool right there on your chin.